welcome back to our channel, Three Scrappy Sisters. This is Imelda and I have a 12 by 12 video process for you. It is a layout that I have created using the Felicity Jane Summer kit, and I absolutely just love it. I am documenting a photo of my daughter with my nephew, who is about 8 months old, and he is just the cutest boy ever. He's such a happy baby and just so adorable. So what I'm doing here is I am just selecting the papers that I want to use to layer behind my photo, and I cut out the part where as I always do, I got the center of the paper just so that I can maybe use it as a border if I so choose to do later. So I've chosen the blue flowered paper, the blue striped paper, as well as this black polka dot paper. And I am just cutting it down to size, basically I'm not measuring, I'm just comparing the way that I maybe want it in comparison to the photo. So I am going to go through the ephemera pack, the chipboard shapes, as well as these Project Life cards, and I am choosing this sort of, it looks like a sunrise, sunset type of gradient paper, and I'm going to tuck that in behind the photo. I just want to bring a little bit of pink and yellow into this photo, so my color palette is really going to be blue, yellow, pink, and a little bit of black. So I am just going to go through the pack here, like I said, as well as the stamped images that I have fussy cut. So I'm just going to go through it, decide what I want to use and what goes with the photo. The story behind this photo is this was the first time that we were babysitting my nephew, and he had a hard time only because, I don't know, probably mostly because his mom left him and he realized she wasn't coming back for a little while. He did cry a lot, but he was teething as well. So I had a fun time with him, even though he was a little upset. And my kids kept coming into the room looking at me like I didn't know what I was doing or I was doing it wrong. But in the end, it was fine. He got over it and fell asleep finally. So at this point I've decided that I want to do some mixed media on the background. So I am using a white cardstock paper, and I am going to add some clear, it's actually texture paste. I don't have any clear gesso, but I just kind of just added it and scraped it off just to give it a light coat. I didn't use any of the white gesso that I have, only because it's a little bit more on the creamy side, and this white paper is very, very white. So I am just going to use some of my Heidi Swap Color Shine and mix it a little bit with water and do the packaging technique on it. I believe this color is the Sweet Cherry, and I am just going to add some spotters as well. So now I'm going to adhere my paper photo mats as well as the photo to some foam and the background paper. So I am going to add the foam double height. I don't actually show that, but I want a little extra height only because there are so many layers behind this. So I'm going to go ahead and layer this, and I don't notice at which point that I smudged the ink splatters. I didn't wait as long as I should have to add on top of it, but I do smudge it, which kind of alters the design that I was going for originally, only because I wanted to leave that's when I smudged it, just then. I wanted to leave just one cluster at the bottom, but because of the big smudge, I have to adapt and add some stuff on top to cover it. So at this point here, I'm just kind of flipping it over, seeing if I can use the photo to cover it, but I wasn't really liking the way that it was going, so I am going to decide to cover it with some other stuff with a different cluster. So I'm going to use my T-square ruler here just to line it up, and I am not going to line it up with the edge of the papers. I'm going to line it up with the edge of the photo because that is what I want to be centered. It's okay if the background with the photo mats are a little bit off, because I didn't measure or cut them exactly. So I'm going to add some of these embellishments here, and what I've added says Unforgettable, and then I've added the font, the script font that says Family Fun, and then I am going to also add this flare badge with the heart on it with polka dots, as well as some more of the stamped images. So this little tag here is just a yellow heart, and then I have the arrow as well as the little geo tags with little hearts punched out, or starry hearts, stars punched out. That little blue tag is half of the tag that I used in my last layout that I have saved and using here. So now I am just going to glue everything down, and I decided that I wanted to put one of the geotags facing up, kind of like an arrow, to draw your attention into the photo. So one last look through the pack and to see what I can use to cover that smudge, but the Explore didn't really work. So now I am going to go into my older kits, and this one is the Willow kit, to see what I can use to cover that smudge and add to this layout. I find that all of the kits work really well together, except for I was having a hard time with this blue just because of the blue that I picked in the stripe paper, and the background was a little bit more green than the other blues that have been included in the kits before. So I'm just going to go through and see what I can find. So I have, for a moment there, selected that heart, but I am going to take that one away and add this tag here that says Life is So Good. I also found a pink little tag with the fishtails, or I guess it's a banner. It says Wonderful, and I am adding a little pink heart from the cut apart sheet, as well as this black tag that says Beautiful, and the black heart. I also found a little ticket stub that says Moments I Love that I'm going to add as well. So I'm going to put that one away and adhere all of those things, and then I'm going to bring in some stickers, the puffy stickers, as well as some more embellishments and the rubber embellishments from the Caroline kit. So in the end, I ended up using 3 different Felicity Jane kits, and like I said, they're so easy to mix and match because the style is very similar, and I don't want to say the colors are the same, but they coordinate very well. So I'm going to adhere all of that, and then I'm going to move on to the Caroline kit. So I am just getting to the end of this layout here, and I'm liking where the layout is going. I have realized at this point that I'm once again leaning towards a diagonal design, but again, that wasn't my plan. It was just because I had to cover up my little boo-boo that I made, which is okay. So I'm just going to adhere this down, and then I'm going to leave you with some stills. I'm actually going to also add some tiny word stickers from the Tim Holtz, and they say, "Good things come in small packages." I added one right beside the word unforgettable where it says love, so it says Unforgettable Love. And then at the top I am going to cut one of the long ones and just put it on 2 lines, so it's going to say, "There is always something to be thankful for." I do want to apologize really quick if you have heard any noise or distractions in the background. I am watching the Toronto Blue Jays baseball game right now, and I have to have the volume up just because they're my boys. So I really want to hear the game as well as get this video out to you. So I do apologize for any background noise. So, like I said, I am nearing the end of the layout here, and the only thing left to do now is to add the tiny word stickers, and then I'm also going to add the title. I had a hard time deciding what I wanted the title to be. I asked Isabella, and she had suggested maybe something like Cuddles or Cousins or something cute like that, but I wanted it to be short only because these alpha stickers are so big. So I decided on the title Hugs. And so all I'm going to do is kind of measure out the height of the letters so I can decide where I want them. And I'm going to add the stickers, onto an extra sticker backing sheet that I have saved, because I save everything, just so that I can move it around and see where I like it best. So I have decided that I want it under the photo. It almost just blends into the cluster and connects everything together for me. So that's why I've decided to put it there. So that is basically it. As soon as this title is done, the tiny word stickers go on, and that's the end of the layout. But I do want to say thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope to see you on Saturday for our next video. Thank you again, and I hope you like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Enjoy your day. Bye!